Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Rene, and I'm here on a Friday night, and I'm just like, listen, why would I do anything different? I'm just saying, have a good girlfriend conversation with somebody who's been supporting me since day one on my podcast shows, even when they sucked. This is my first night on StreamYard, you guys. I'm breaking my virginity in with StreamYard. I am, trying to do some new things this year. It's all about continuing to do content creations and bringing you good shows and interviews. So tonight, I decided, why not broadcast on a Friday night when there is no verses going on, or is it a verses? I don't even know, and I don't even care. I don't care who's singing because they're going to replay it anyway, but I wanted to bring on one of my good girlfriends who, again, is like in states farther away from me, but I still feel connected, like we're close. So I wanted to introduce, and I've had her on the show before, but I wanted to bring her back on, Miss Laporcia HollyWood. Thank you for coming on tonight.
How you guys doing tonight? How you guys doing?
Listen, I'm good. I'm so good. I have a free weekend. This is my weekend to myself. So I don't know everything I'm going to do, but I got some stuff to do. I got, episodes to create, put out there, publish, display. I got some voiceover work to do. So I am just trying to get things done while I have the time to do it. So I'm just saying, welcome.
What is going on, sis? I mean, I'm proud of you. That's all I can say. You've been doing your thing. And I've been trying to be on this show for a while. I've been actually trying to get down there where you at.
I need you here.
Look, I'm open now. I just gotta talk to my mom and how we gonna do this.
Okay. Listen,
I'm open.
We got a spare bedroom. You are more than welcome to be here.
Look, I'm ready.
Okay. Listen, I'm about to ask you what's going on because I strolled across something today on your IG, and that sultry, sexy voice. I was like, is Sis about to do a show?
Sis, you know what? I was trying to find something that, because I'm into beauty. That's me. That's me. I'm this beauty guru, and I want to do these crazy thinking videos that, just blow people's mind. But I actually want to get a message to them too. And the message of me putting out the content I put out. Okay. So let me see. I want to make this brief, but I don't want to get too far in it, but I want to put enough out to help somebody. Okay. You know that recently had got away from my husband. I'm telling everybody now. Okay. We are legally separated, which really happened in a way that it blessed me. I have to say that. It was a lot of things that went on mentally and physically with me that I experienced. And through my experience, because, we had our own show. You remember that, sis? We had our own show, marriage show.
In the Bed Ministries.
Right. And that right there, I feel like I wasn't living out of my potential. I feel like I was cheating myself because I was giving my all in something where my spouse wasn't giving his all. It's like we're on the show. You see this stuff going on, but backstage is like, oh, this is a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? See, this is a whole nother view. And seeing that, I was like, it's times I really did, want to just tell everybody, look, this is what I'm going through. But ain't nobody gonna believe you if everybody see you out there kind of like that. They like, come on now, y'all the married couple, y'all teaching us stuff. Yeah, but I'm going through some things that people never understood. So a lot of things, even backstage, that I was going through mentally with my spouse. And I think, and I don't want to bash him in a bad way. I just want to put it out where, because at first I had some growing to do. Even in the bed ministry, I was growing. I learned so much since, let me see, because I think we had that show at 2018 or something, sis.
Yeah, it was a couple of years back, because that's how we stumbled across each other. And then I saw that you were, giving me the shout outs and commenting on my show. And I was like, okay, and y'all doing the thing for the couples and in the godly way. And I was like, I like the delivery, the messages that y'all were putting out there. So I appreciated it.
But you know what, sis, I couldn't help but to see you. I said, I want to be on her show. I mean, I know it was crazy because we had our little own little homeroom thing, but I said, man, it's something about her. I really want to collab with her. I've always wanted to. And it's just like, he was like, okay, we're going to do this. But one thing I did learn, sis, some things is not for everybody. Right. You may want people to go with you, vibe with you, but sometimes it's like the Lord saying, no, that ain't going to work. That's not going to, you're putting too much energy into this that I'm telling you, this ain't going to work. This is for you, not for them.
Right,
and
right.
And it was a lot of times that I kept trying to put my spouse in there because I really was in love with my husband. I want to put that out there. I really was in love with my husband. But I lost myself in the midst of loving someone that didn't love me.
Mm-hmm.
And with that being said, that was a big part of me, of my learning, that I went through. My mom seen me go through a lot. My dad. I had special friends that was on my side and stuff like that. And I shared some things with you. I was telling you, I said, I want you to know we're not together. It was special people that I only shared with that to let them know, hey, we're not together. I just want to let you know. I did leave when I left June the 30th. That's when I did the show with you. Upon that time, I had left. I did not know I was going to come back, sis. I really didn't. But sometimes, like, there's pieces of the puzzle that's missing, and you got to go get them. So it's like I needed to come back to see for myself. There's something that's not right here. So when I came back, that's when everything came out.
Okay.
I mean, it went full force, like, this is it. Like, you finna know who I am. You finna know you coming back, and I'm finna do this, and I'm doing this, and I've been doing it, and you finna find out about all these things.
Right.
And it was like to him, oh, you crazy. Oh, I never did those things. Oh, you're crazy. You and the kids are crazy. Really?
The kids?
Honey, the kids seen a lot, sis. They actually seen the woman in my home.
What?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And I'm open to share it about, because I'm on my way now to write a book about it. But let's talk about the show though. So in the midst of that, I got my own YouTube thing, and I was working with somebody else, my girlfriend or whatever. She's a YouTuber too. She said, and you had already told me too. You said, Portia, you do good with a beauty show. You know what I said? Okay, I want to do that, but I want to talk about what I've been through, because I need women to understand. First of all, when you are in relationships, don't move in with no man. I'm telling you that now. If you do that, you need to make sure you got the titles to that. That car, whatever, you need to make sure you got the deed to that house. You need to make sure your name is on that stuff. Because what I experienced is when the police came because of the abuse, they said, Miss Gray, I said, I'm the wife. I've been married for 11 years. I said, ma'am, where's your papers?
You like the ring? Hello, I don't the ring.
Well, you know what?
Where's my papers?
I had been stopped wearing my ring.
Okay.
The times I stopped wearing my ring was when I stayed away for a month. I mean, not a month, but like a week. First, it was a day. That's when the police, it was like, just walk away, get away. I was constantly calling the police because I was going through mentally with him. I mean, he was breaking me down.
Right.
I was just like, I can't take. If anybody been through mental abuse, it's the worst. Out of the worst is that you can ever go through. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just
I know what you're saying.
Yes, badly.
Yes.
And when I tell you, I was breaking down literally, because I was looking at this person saying, your husband, we teach people. What is the thing with this? Right. And then I feel like I'm still being single. I'm still being not single, but I'm still being this woman that's not doing anything out of her marriage. Trying to hold on so I won't.
Right.
But you going out the door, bringing this stuff up in here.
Right.
So what am I supposed to do, sis? Just sit back and be stupid? That's when it was a new Portia came in.
Right.
That's when the real Miss Gray came in. She was just like, hold up, babe. Snap back, babe. We ain't in the bed mention no more. Use your brain.
Right.
And that's when I began to literally, how I fell into that. I went through different stages. I went through stages of doing poetry. This is why going through all of this hell.
Right, the hurt. You had to redirect your pain somewhere else.
Yes. I mean, in the midst of that, I started to fall in love with poetry and write poetry and began to start writing and saying, okay, this is what I'm looking for. This is what I want. And even going through that, don't get me wrong, I still had to pray my way through it, sis. I really
Of
did.
course. Right.
And praying my way through it, man, it was like a transformation. It was like, sis, the Lord would take me through a transformation saying, you got to grow up, baby. I know you're not ready, but you got to grow up, sister. It's some things
you
don't, yes, it's some things you don't know. It's some things you don't see. And you're going to have to wake up.
Yep.
And the hardest part is when you got to grow. Oh, it hurts, sis. It hurted me so bad to grow. Because I was like, I love him.
Right.
I said, I love him. And it hurted me so bad. I said, I gotta leave my own home. Why I gotta go? And then I knew that when I came back, he was still pushing me away. And when I came back, I did see something. And I looked, I said, wait, we're married. I wasn't in with you like that. Well, why is this under here this way?
Right.
Oh, no, it was just something else. I was using it for something. No.
You're like, do I look like I'm 3?
Exactly. Like, still playing these mental games like, you're crazy. Every day, can you think about somebody saying, you're crazy? Oh, you're crazy. Oh, you didn't see that. Oh, you and those kids are crazy. I'm telling you, you're going to lose your mind. This was every single day. You're crazy. Oh, I'm not doing that. But baby, patterns never lie, sis.
No.
They never lie. And those patterns start changing from 3 o'clock. You supposed to be at work. I mean, you supposed to get out. You getting off at 2 o'clock, coming to the house. Out of the whole year.
Right.
This gonna trip you out. Being married for 11 years, sis, out of the whole year, I didn't even know. I just knew that my husband worked a certain place. But where he worked, I didn't even know that he can even have breaks and come home. He never came home in a whole year. After, in the midst of these breaks, he would come home when he off. So one day the car broke down. I was able to really see for myself. I said, can you guys really leave the building? They said, yeah, when you're on your break. Oh, well, he never told me he could leave. He never came home. Never had a work number for him at all.
What?
House could have been on fire. Just had the cell phone number. Now we're talking about a wife. I'm a wife of 11 years. See?
Exactly. I was gonna say, how long have y'all been married? 11 years. You're 11 years. How old is your oldest daughter?
She is 9, sis.
9. 9.
9 years old.
9.
She went through it bad.
Somebody coming in, been in the house, all the patterns, you didn't picked it up. And I know you're a Libra, right?
No, I'm a Taurus.
Okay. Got you. You're a Taurus?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, got you. So you're an earth sign like me. I'm Virgo, you're Taurus.
Yes,
so
but we don't play. We like, hold up, this don't look right. We ain't doing this.
Exactly. You be like, hold on, let me because I'm on point. Okay, let me do my little investigation. I just need a little more piece to the puzzle, and then I got it, and I'll solve it. Like I'm on Wheel of Fortune. I done bought the bow. I'm gonna solve the puzzle. You are a narcissistic person,
girl.
Eater.
Say it again, sis. And you know what's so funny, sis? In the midst of it, I had to really educate myself. Just think about you're hurting. I would hurt so bad in my gut. I knew he was cheating. I would be like, oh, my mom would tell me, she would be like, Portia, I keep having these drinks. Your husband doing something. I said, well, I ain't never caught him. But I would feel this feeling in my gut when I went to work. And I said, something ain't right. And so he started changing. Like he would come in. Now, I was the stay-home wife for 10 years, almost 11.
Wow.
So after I got tired, I just said, you know what, I'm going to go on back to work and start doing that because I was assistant manager at Cato. So I left that so I could be a mother and a wife back to my family again. I let him keep his job. I went on and let mine go. And then that's how I said, look, it's time to wake up, sis. You need some money, sis. The bank account and stuff like that was not to me. Everything was pretty much, oh, this is mine. Everything was a secret in my marriage. It was so funny to me. But it's funny to me now, but it was, I heard it bad. I remember I would literally curl up in the floor and cry.
Yeah.
And I would say, Lord, what did I do? Like, when you gonna rescue me? But hadn't I knew, cause see the way that the Lord worked it out for me, sis, it was like, you finna grow up.
Right.
You finna see some things. You gonna have to do some things you never thought you had to do. To
Exactly.
let him know this is over with. We're not doing this no more.
I'm prepping you.
Yes. And when I tell you, sis, those prepping, the prepping, I didn't even realize that he gave me the strength to prep myself. Mm-hmm. Even hurting like that, it was days I would cry. I would just cry. I said, I'm tired. I'm ready to leave.
Right.
But when we think it's time to go, God said, no, it ain't time to go yet. You ain't learned yet.
Right. You got one more lesson.
Right. You think you learned. You ain't learned yet. You ain't where you need to be yet.
I didn't break your back yet to the point where I wanted it to break, where you can feel that break. And then you'll know it's time to get up out of here.
Yes. And that was the hurtful part to me, when my husband actually told the police before I left, because this is how I ended up leaving. He said, oh, she don't live here. And in the midst of that, we was arguing. And my daughter was standing right there. And he said, you finna get your A up out of here. I would never forget. He said, you finna get your A up out of here because you ain't having sex with me. Why do I need to have sex with you and you have sex with somebody else?
Exactly. You already giving it to somebody else. So why would I want them sloppy seconds now?
I can't. I'm not finna go behind a woman. I can't.
No, I was first.
Exactly.
And mentally always felt like I was first.
Exactly.
Until again, I started inquiring these pains, these feelings, these headaches, things in my body, the nature of how I started trying to put things together. Then again, and then the answers are unfolding. And then your people are telling me you got time to take a break at work, but you never came home. See, all of that was never adding up for years. And now I understand the pain that I'm feeling physically, mentally, why I am turned off, why you will not get me in that way again, because I'm getting God to shut me down in so many different areas that you had access to me, that he don't want you to have access anymore to it. The bad thing about it is when you're in an abusive relationship, whether it's mental or physical, what you tend to understand and get comfortable with is that that's your comfort zone.
Yes,
where I'm comfortable, but I know how to maneuver from it. And then that's when you start making excuses for certain things, certain actions. And then you're like, no, but it's just, no, because, they just maybe don't. You start making excuses for them. And then you're like, then you return it around or vice versa. And you're like, well, maybe it is me. And so then that's when the higher power steps in and is like, let me show you something.
Right.
I'm going to show you a couple things, but I'm going to do it in stages so that you can pick it up. And then you're going to go from there. And then you'll be able to see what I've been trying to actually show you. It's like a scavenger hunt.
Yes.
It is. And I know that mental abuse to the extent in a relationship because of the fact that I have been in a situation where I felt like, well, maybe I shouldn't really be doing this, and then I gotta have guests on the shows, and then my ex might, we're ex now, but it's like maybe they're gonna feel some kind of way with the fact that I'm interviewing this person, and they're gonna get jealous. Or even when I used to DJ, it's the same situation. Just being out as a people person, this is what I do. I went to school for radio. Of course, there's different avenues in radio to branch out, do shows, voiceovers, get equipment, hustle that, make some money. That was me. So with that being said, I had somebody that I was with for years that didn't even want to listen to my show. Never listened to it. Never gave me support. Never was like, you did a good job. I liked how you brought in XYZ on the topic. I couldn't get any. It was like I was begging for the support. And then I got pissed off to the extent where I was like, you know what? You showing me who you are.
Right.
Because when it come to you and wanting to do this and have support and have your back, I got you 1,000%. But when it come to me and you can't listen to your girl for 45 minutes on a show, and this is my dream where I'm trying to go in life, and
Right.
take you with me? Are you get out?
Get the out of here.
I'm done.
Yes.
I'm done. Whether I gotta be single for years to come, never be in a
Right.
relationship ever again, or finally find somebody that knows my worth, I'm
Right.
good. And I'll
Exactly.
grow from that. And I had growing to do myself. I did. And I think we all do. But once you get to that growth and you be like, you know what? I really respect myself more than the bullshit that I was dealing with.
Exactly.
I'm good.
Like,
I'm good.
it's over with. You know, it's a done deal. And it got so bad for me, sis, where I was literally breaking down to the point where, you know how a person can continue to abandon you, and you feel it. It was
Right.
more like, do you want to talk?
Right.
And it's like, you say the wrong thing to me, I'm finna leave you. I'm
Right.
walking away from you. Don't say nothing else to me, but I'm finna walk away from you. This was
Right.
every single day.
Right.
And I kept trying to talk to him, thinking that I'm helping him. But the whole thing, I needed to help myself. Some people, sis, they don't want help.
No.
I had to realize that literally. Some people, they don't want no help, sis. They're like, honey, I'm already broken. I'm just trying to break you.
How can I rebuild myself from this point that I'm already down below the surface of the bottom of the ground and the dirt? But you know what? The sad thing about it is, that you got some mothers who will still choose
a man over their children.
I try to keep my mouth together, but it's just bad. They'll choose the dick over the kids. And be like, nah, because you can get dick, you can get ass anywhere you want to get it.
You can get dingling anywhere, can't you?
Anyway, and it might be better than what you got.
It might be bigger.
But the thing is, they will put that first as their priority before they move forward to deal with what's right and what needs to be done in their life.
Exactly.
And that's when I don't have respect for women. When you choose a person that's negative and that's going to put more negativity into your life and your children.
Right.
We brought these kids in this world
it's
for a reason. Deal. Exactly.
And they're stuck there, sis. That's the thing. And that's why I tell women all the time. Love with your mind. Not with your heart.
Not the box.
Baby, that thing is deceiving. That thing can tell you to go run off and go kill yourself if you wanted you to.
Exactly.
But your mind, this don't make sense. Don't do this. That's why they say a mind is a terrible thing to waste.
Yes, it is.
It really is. And that's why I tell women, and I had to learn this even in my marriage. Stop loving with this, because he's not loving with it.
No.
Men are logical.
Yeah.
They don't understand when you coming with this emotion stuff. Not unless they want what they want.
Exactly.
Then they can understand then. So they really can understand it.
Exactly.
But with that being said, I had to let women know that you need to love with your mind. How you gonna know somebody for you gonna feel it in your soul? It's in your soul. And like I like to tell people, look, let that person make love to your mind first before he make love to your body. Because if he making love to your mind, that means he ain't even touched you yet.
Exactly.
He don't got to touch you. Because see, y'all making love in the spirit. What you say? He ain't got to touch because he didn't tapped into the because we as women, we have that intimacy part about us. Right. Where you just got to talk that thing to us and then walk it. Right. And you start talking that thing, walking that thing. Oh, all right, well, keep it up. You might just get some tonight. Just keep it up.
Right. Because it gets turned on in here first.
Exactly.
Unless all you're looking for is physical. And you can easily turn all the rest of this on from the neck down. You can do all of that. That won't take much time. That might take a couple, 2 drinks or 1 shot, good to go.
Yeah, you ready.
Exactly. And tomorrow, I don't even know what happened last night. It don't even matter.
Like it was a whole vibe last night.
Whole vibe. Vibe over. Done. Exactly. Yes.
And so with that, it just this, getting back on that we fall. What I did, I fell with this. I didn't pay attention to the signs. When I got married, it was quick, sis. I didn't tell everybody. It was quick. I'm gonna tell you why it was quick. Because I was already friends with his sister. Okay. So really this thing was planned. If you just keep listening to me. So even in the midst of me being friends with the sisters, I kept running into her. So when I finally stayed in the apartment she stayed in, then that's when, like a year later, because I was already kind of, me, to be honest, baby, I couldn't just be with a one man. I just couldn't. I couldn't. You know, I'm not saying sleeping around, but I always had to have about 3 or 4 men.
Okay.
I always had to, because I mean, I feel like it's a date thing. You're just dating. And
right.
you know, that's what men do.
Right.
They're going to date 5 or 6 women and they're going to lie to you and they're going to tell you, oh, you're the only one. But you're not. You know?
Right.
And so that's what it was for me. Mm-hmm. And in the midst of that, meeting him and stuff like that, it was quick. The mother came to me. She said, oh, you would be great for my son. In the midst of that, now I was already praying, and I had a friend that was already in the army that I was waiting on to come back to get me. Okay. He actually came back, but I wasn't there. I hadn't married him. This was within 2 months, probably a month. But I already knew him, like, prior to talking to him for years. But I just never I never got with him like that. But the first time he said something to me, he was dealing with this. He said this supposed to be baby mama thing. Okay. And he was telling me, he said, I don't want to have sex with her. She's just, she get on my nerve. That was my first time right there knowing that, you know what, don't ever call him again. Don't ever call him again. But, you know, we get in our feelings. Right. Years after, I got in my feelings.
Right. We're emotional. That's how we go first. It's the emotions first. Real quick, shout out to Christoph, who's out in Germany, honey. He's in Germany watching us right now. He said, cheers from Germany. I am drunk tonight. Good evening, Christoph. I'm glad you're tuned in to us tonight. We are here as our first time going live on StreamYard. Welcome to the K Rene Show. And I'm glad you're in the house with us tonight. I wish I could drink with you, but I got so much more to do, Christoph. So this is just the beginning of my night. But welcome. Right. But were you physically, sexually active with him before y'all got married, as opposed to before, or is that happening after, once you got married?
Well, in the midst of, we were friends.
Okay.
I didn't get intimate with him until I knew we were serious.
Okay.
And in the midst of him dating people, he came to me. He was like, you know what? This even happened. I didn't have sex with him until I knew that, hey, this is just me. No, right. I don't like taking people's spots. I don't like to even go behind people doing anything.
Right.
I just feel like this nasty. I shouldn't have to. Mm-hmm. You know? So with that being said, I told him, I said, you need to get your stuff together. Mm-hmm. You need to fix that before you try to get with me.
Okay.
Because I'm not doing that. And he said, oh, okay, I'll get it straightened up. But here's the thing. When you're messing with a narcissist, they don't get rid of women. Oh, no, they put them on the back burner. You sit here, you know your place. Right. While you're sitting here, I'm going to call you when she get out of her place. Hello? Right. So I happened to get out of my place, I guess, once I got tired of, because the first time he pushed me, I should have left then. The last time, you know, he would, this even during my marriage, you know, he tested. See, one thing about a man, he'll test that thing. Let me see if I hit you.
Right.
You gonna still talk to me.
How far can I push before you actually walk?
Huh?
It'll be, how far can I push you to see before you actually walk away?
You said how long? Because it went.
No. What I'm saying is, some men will be like, how far can I push before you actually start walking away?
Exactly. They want to see, like, can I push you to come up out of your mind? You know, in other words, can I push you to be whatever I want you to be? A punching bag, a fool, stoop. Can I push you to do that? And with me, I've always been a strong-minded woman. Mm-hmm. You know, even in the praying and stuff like that. I was always strong-minded. You're not going to tell me what I'm going to do. Right. You're not going to make me do it if I don't want to. So with that being said, the signs were there. We never could say. And I know it was one point I did. I said, Lord, you never showed me. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Matter of fact, what's so funny, where the place we are in now, mentally and physically now, like legally separated, the same thing happened to him when he was with me. In the midst of this, when we finna get married, guess what? He had already had a domestic violence case with this girl.
Wow.
This already. And they were in the courthouse. She never showed up. The man said, he said, if she comes, he's getting locked up. He said, I'm going to make sure of it, the lawyer. He said, and you're sitting here taking off him, because I didn't know. Again, that's why I said, stop. Don't go behind a woman. When a man say he ain't got no one, he's lying. If you go up in that house and it's women flower, you know ain't a man finna have no flowers up in there. Not unless, you know, hey girl, and that's okay, because I love them too. Because they do the best makeup, babe. I love me some drag queens, babe.
Okay.
They do the best. They be like, girl, and they be the best friends, girl, you can
Yes,
have.
they are.
So with that being said, if they ain't like that, hey girl, then baby, there's a woman there, sitting there. When I tell you, everything was there. Even in the marriage, everything was there. It was times that I said I didn't want to do anything with him or whatever, because a woman, she comes out of her mind first. When I said she operates out of her mind first before anything, she does have emotions first, then it's her mind.
Right.
So when I got tired, I just said, look, stop thinking about it. I'm not into doing this, but I would push myself, because he was like, look, if you don't do it, I'm just gonna do whatever I'm finna do.
Right. Go find somebody else.
Right. And I'm like, now you not gonna snatch my clothes, but he did that anyway. So hey, Taurus, we think, oh, it's fun. We like that kinky stuff.
Right. Right.
When it comes to being married and stuff like that. But with that being said, no, it was a whole nother vibe. The whole thing that I didn't see behind that is, hey, I'm a whole nother face. He had about 5 or 6 layers of faces that I never knew. I didn't find that out until 11 years of marriage. That's when it came out bad. Even leading up to it, it was still the things. But the man, he knew how to lie to me. That's what I said. He knew how to lie. What they call the pretty little liar.
Pretty little liars.
He knew how to lie. He knew how to lie. In everything he did, there was something behind it. Oh, this happened because of this. And at that time, I was already invested in him physically and mentally.
Right.
I didn't start falling out of love with him until 2019. That's when I kind of got away from in the bed ministry for good. I said, I'm done with this. And I said, I'm going to expose you for who you really are. Oh, no, you're not. No, you're not. I'm going to expose you. But just I said, what am I doing? I'm not cheating on you.
Right.
You're mentally abusing me. And I have literally had to call the police about 8 or 9 times before I could get anything done. Oh, I had to get socked in the mouth or something, or choked half to death, or with a knife, finna get ready to. Come on now.
Were your kids around when this was going on?
You know what? The kids was always in the room, but they would come up to the front and catch this every time.
Wow.
Especially the 9-year-old.
And I know that broke your heart to know that the kids are now privy to understanding what and seeing and hearing the information we're trying to block out and kind of keep on camouflage it out, so that they're not seeing and hearing the turmoil and getting stressed out. Because of course, when kids see that their parents are
messed them up mentally.
Yes.
It messed them up. And the thing about he didn't care. The thing about that, it was all about what I want.
Right.
And he could do it. Let me tell you, he could do it so good. As in mentally. He knew how to lie to me. He knew what to tell me. He knew how to, oh, that's nothing. And my mind was there. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. I learned from now on, when you see something, that's what you're saying. If you see a woman in the car in your driveway, that's what you're saying. Okay? You see some panties laying in the floor, that's what you're saying. Okay?
And they ain't mine.
Yeah, I don't care how many times they twist your mind up and say, oh, that's not what, sir, I see some red panties in my floor. You got to go. You and her. Come on up out of here. Yeah. We're not doing that. But I had hurt it so bad. I did most of my hurting even when I was growing. Because what was so funny, even when I was hurting, I began to start like praying for strength and knowledge and wisdom.
Okay.
The Lord began to give that to me, and I began to just know stuff about relationships and people older than me. They'll say, well, I'm about to start dating, and what you think about it? I'm like, what? But I guess they were so used to in the bed minutes. They're like, look, you know, you gonna help me out. I'm like,
right.
Dude,
Yeah, you gave us the goods from jump. So we again are looking to that, and we haven't had anything from you. So help to guide and lead us. Well, now you can lead in a whole different light because you done been where you've been. You've come from where you were, and you're going in a whole different direction in all the right places. Your path is now where you were supposed to be, and probably a couple of years ago, but it was just waiting for you.
Yeah.
It was waiting.
I had to, and you know what, even going through this, what I learned is that you can't make a person love you. I don't care how many times you go down on a person. I don't care how many times you let them go on your rear end or whatever.
Right.
If they don't love you, they don't love you.
No. And you can't make nobody love you.
You can't, but you got women out there that says, oh girl, I'm gonna bump up on that thing, baby. And when you get through bumping on him, his mind already made up, honey. I'm telling you, he already probably got Susie over here and Linda over here while you bumping. You ain't the only person bumping your butt on him.
Right. No, there's others.
That's even out of 11 years I had to find that out. But what woke me up, I said, dude, I don't know what you out here doing. You're not finna embarrass me. And then you call yourself, we in the spotlight of In the Bed Ministry. This, what was so funny is, and sad, there were people like TD Jakes was literally following us on Instagram. Now, I thought this was a fake page at first. Okay. You know, they'll start out with a fake page to see what type of person, you know, because you're going to have praise if I'm really a celebrity.
Right.
I paid no attention to it. I looked at it because he started sending messages. He said, are you okay? He said, beloved. He said, I want to tell you, God got something to tell you, you know, and this, and I'm looking like, dude, this is not TD Jakes. You need to stop it, you know? But it was really him, because guess what? The page at first had like, 46 followers. Tell me the next day had about 1 million something. Over 1 million, because he's TD Jakes.
Right.
So when I seen that, I'm like, this is who he is. Because he was like, beloved, where are you from? And I'm like, I don't put that information out.
Right.
You know, because I did not know the page was really going to be him for real, but that really was him. There was a lot of even football players was followers and everything. But my thing is this, I don't want to be a part of something that's fake. And I feel like if I'm going to come out, and that's how, even with, because I had this, what I'm really doing now is basically coaching. Okay. That's really what, and now I wanted to tell you, because you're going to be like, what? I'm still into beauty, because I got to tell my women, hey, baby, you need to put that lingerie on. I don't care if you don't get no man. You better look at yourself in a whole different light. You know, because we feel like, oh, I got to have somebody hold me on Valentine's. I ain't worried about hold me, but baby, I'm finna be a whole vibe.
Exactly.
Because I feel like you got to fall in love with yourself first before somebody can fall in love with you. Yes. And if you're looking for that validation for them to love you, they'll never love you, because they feel like you don't love yourself. So why would I love you?
Exactly. And that's where it comes into with self-care and self-love, which is very important, because I think those are the things that a lot of women tend to lack, and they tend to not make time for it. Exactly. Self-love and self-care, and really, truly looking within themselves, seeing what they're bringing out to offer to a table. And if you've been broken before, all you still have is broken pieces. So we need you to glue all that back together, or go and buy some new trinkets, rebuild, and then come back out fighting for something new. Because when people can actually see you put the work in and the time, you'll start attracting that person that needs to be in your life.
Come on. Can you say that one more time? Because we need to hear that real loud.
When you, again, build yourself and present that out, you're attracting the person that's supposed to be in your life. They can see it. They don't see the sad face, even though we got masks on half the time. They can still
we put that makeup on.
You can still read the eyes. You can still see the smizing. You'll know that someone's happy. And the way that a woman carries themselves,
Right.
a man, a woman can see there is strength there. She's confident. Look at how she walks. Look at the stride. I'm listening how she's talking. She's carrying herself. Look, her kids are well groomed. They look good. They don't look. And then that is a magnet. But if you are still looking broken, talking broken, exuding brokenness, that's what you're going to attract. Broken people.
Attract
more narcissists, more gaslighters, more people that will try to microwave your life to make it run so fast on their agenda. And you're like, whoa, slow down. Slow down. Because I'm not there yet. Because I've been there before. But I'm not going to do it again to jump somewhere fast. And that's why a lot of people, especially since COVID has happened.
Right.
A lot of people are so desperate, Laporcia, to get into something just to say you got somebody. Now, I also noticed a lot of people got engaged last year, too, during COVID. Because either they were... Look, I'm telling you, I looked around on Christmas Eve, Christmas, Thanksgiving. I was like, is that a ring? Okay, that's another ring. Okay, there they go again. We got another one in the house. There's going to be so many weddings this year and next year. I can't even count no more.
And COVID season.
Exactly. Exactly. COVID fever and hot in the ass because they ain't had none probably in so long. So they was like, let me put a ring on it. Let me get her in here. I need that. I need something because I am bored and I'm lonely and I'm going to take her. But again, some people did evaluate what they had, knew they had something good, and was like, listen, this pandemic done scared the shit out of me. I don't want to be by myself. You are my ride or die. I'm going to make
I'm finna stick with you.
And let's do this for real. Because I've seen how life could just be gone that fast for the both of us. So let's lock in and make it official. And so I see that because I've seen certain couples grow and I appreciate their growth and I'm proud of their growth.
Right.
But I'm just saying, you know, again, you got to be careful because the mind is a very tricky thing. Like I said, I think as women, we'll tend to have a 3-strike you're out policy. And I don't know why that naturally sets in our brain.
It's
like we got 3 times.
That 2nd strike, you're out.
Yeah, but we need to be like 1 strike, that's it. 1 strike, that's it.
Exactly. He hit you
because
one time.
If I let you feel comfortable to do that and I forgive it, and if you do it again, and I'll be like, all right, you know, maybe you just having a time, or maybe I got knocked the first time and some piece fell out on my common sense, but don't do it again. And then the 3rd time, you be like, you know what? That is 1 too many.
Like, I'm not doing it.
I'm not.
And I literally had to build, like, how can I say, healthy boundaries for myself. I had to look at myself and say, you know what, we're not going to do this. And so I began to break it down. You're not going to do this anymore. You're not going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give you any money for anything else. Don't you ask me for anything. Don't you call me unless you have something that you really need.
Or for the kids.
Yes.
Or for the kids.
You're going to be on block. The whole, from 2019 all the way to now, he's been on block. Okay. I took him off and on. But baby, since it hit 2020, he's been on block. But that's what he wanted. That's because I feel like this. I've already talked to you the whole marriage and told you. Right. You ain't gonna have too many times you doing this. I've sat down with him and said, look, just tell me, you know, if you're cheating, just look, go on and just go on for divorce. Right. Keep on doing this because I'm telling you, dude, when I'm gone, there's no more. No. My question is, why do men think that a woman's playing with you? Baby, when a woman leave you for herself, she ain't coming back for you.
No, she's not.
He really thought what had happened was he had 2 warrants from hitting me.
Okay.
My way of literally, and I just thank God because he showed me what to do. Because he was smart. Narcissists are smart. They're like, oh, you know what? You'll never get out of this. Because if you get out of this, I'm going to make sure you're dead. So what I did was, my kids are in virtual, and I knew he was going to get started up in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
So he got started up. The camera's already going.
Mm-hmm.
So every time he got started up, I said, I will be in the back so they can hear me telling him.
Exactly.
I said to leave.
Right.
He didn't want to leave. Oh, you know what? You this and you ain't nothing. You're nothing but a piece of you ain't gonna be nothing. Look at you. You girl, this was every single day. Oh, you ain't nothing. You a HOE, you a whore. You like Marilyn Monroe, that's why you're to his own kid, to his daughter as well. Yes, ma'am. And so I looked at him, but it was all about the social media.
Of course.
Everything was tied into what I'm doing. What you doing? What you doing? You did a makeup video today? I could never live my life with him. I never could do that. I never. Even
Walking on
behind
pins and needles.
yeah,
Con-
even behind the closed doors of In the Bed Ministry. When you guys were seeing me half the time, I was broken. Half of the time when you didn't see me with no makeup on, baby, broken, broke down, trying to get strength from y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't have strength for myself. But I knew the only thing to do, let me go home. This makes me feel better if I speak about it. You know, but go ahead,
That's
sis.
interesting you said that, because when I used to watch your In the Bed Ministry videos, and I know you have that voice, just the voice like how you naturally sound, but it was like my Virgo tendencies was clicking in, and I started analyzing your tone. And I'll be like, is she okay? But I don't want to step over, when nobody
Oh,
told
now,
me.
if anything, I wouldn't even mind if you would have like contacted me. I was like, sis, let me tell you this going on. But you've always been busy too with the show, and I never wanted to step on. And then you had your own life, so I never wanted to step on your toes. So, oh well, look, I'm gonna call in. I'm gonna tell her this going on. I really
Right,
wanted to just have that time with you where I can literally like now talk to
right,
you, tell you this is what's been going on with us.
right, right,
Because it was messed up, sis. The whole time, my husband had been cheating on me the whole time. The whole time. And I found that on my own. And how I found that is through my kids. First of all, through well, I had already knew. The Lord was giving me that feeling in my stomach. Then my
right.
mom was telling me, then my kids saying it. He would manipulate the kids and tell them, don't tell your mom. Give them candy, tell them, stay in your room. Now, kids gonna see anything. If they see a fat woman coming up in there, oh, I see this fat woman come up in here, they're gonna tell you.
Exactly.
Oh no. Oh, he thought the manipulation was gonna help them. He thought, oh well, I can keep getting away. I told my son, my youngest son, but I had to break that from him because even in the midst of my marriage, I was always teaching my kids to be better. And that's
Right,
what I teach them. You're gonna be better than him. You're gonna be better than me.
right,
You're not going to go through what we went through. This is not your stopping point. Your stopping point is when you're going forward in your own life.
right,
You're not going to
right.
back up back here and say, oh, well, this happened. No. You're getting counseling for that now. You're not going to have to do that. And in the midst of all this going on, he's constantly saying, oh, those kids are crazy. They're crazy. And on Christmas Day, oh my God, it was so disgusting to me. After he got through cheating, the kids was letting him know. Well, they was letting me know because my daughter, it was a her bow. My kids do not wear. I ain't saying nothing about the her bows, but my girls don't wear her bows like the gold and the black bow. They don't wear
Right.
those her bows.
Okay.
They wear headbands and stuff. So I know what is wood, because I know what I buy. So
Exactly.
my daughter said, Mama, that's not our stuff. Now, just keep in mind, in the midst of all this, I stay having dreams. My daughter was having dreams about a 9-year-old having dreams that her dad got a whole nother life.
Right.
Come on now. That's exactly what was going on. Because guess what? Not only she came, the baby came with her. Yes, the kids would tell me, describe the woman to me and everything. It was so disgusting to me on Christmas Day. He got mad and got the black bags and snatched all their toys. Giving those toys, you gonna lie to your mama and tell her I'm cheating on her? Give me it, girl. I knew I snatched that bag from him. Cause I'm like, you're not gonna take my kids' stuff. You're not gonna do them that way because they're telling the truth about you. And just kept on doing it. And soon as I tried to grab my phone, he said, bam, right up in my mouth. I said, time to call the cops. Are you going to jail? Everything was you going to jail because he was trying to push me and my children out for some piece of trash.
Right. Something
he
cheap.
thought I didn't know. Oh yeah, he thought I didn't know. He thought
Somebody
I didn't know.
don't even have no investment of time with him.
Come on. What is you? My thing is this. What are you gonna get? You got none but a piece of, and that's it, baby. Exactly. You're not getting anything. The wife always gets everything. Especially if she was the one that was baby laying it down, being the best she could be. And she ain't go outside of me. Oh baby, she's great. I'm straight. I'm like, baby, you go ahead and have your fun. And so when it broke down to the point that the cops got tired of coming out here, they said, that's it. That's it. You know what? You got your reports. You need to do what you need to do.
Exactly.
I went ahead, went forth with a restraining order, whatever. Bam. I looked up. They had already set those warrants in place. They said, man, we're not going to keep coming out there and ain't nobody doing nothing. So we finna go ahead and set these in place. Sure did.
Wow.
Baby, he must have did it again, baby. He said, you going to jail. I said, oh, I'm going. And everything was all because I see you for who you are. But I'm going to jail. Okay. Oh, baby, bring it on, baby. Bring it on, because my whole marriage, I was just fighting for my life, my whole marriage. As a domestic violence victim, I was always fighting for my life. Fighting for my kids first.
Right.
Because he would get mad. That's it. I'm finna whoop them. I'm finna whoop them because of what? Because you're cheating?
Exactly.
This is ridiculous.
Because when you pull somebody's card that wants to play victim, who's basically again a narcissist, who basically again is gaslighting the situation because they want you to believe it's you. You're the one that's crazy.
You're the one that's crazy.
Crazy
and
means
that's what I heard.
Keep doing the same thing and not getting different results. You keep getting in trouble. You keep getting caught. You think you're slick. You're not. The kids are watching. They're on point. They're telling me what's going on. You're the one that has to get it through your mind that you're crazy. And because of the fact that you're embarrassed that I've called you out on all of your ish, then you, again, are trying to redirect the fact because you still believe that. Then that's what's crazy. You still believe you're a good person. You didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. And I would literally sit down with him. I said, something is wrong with you.
Yes.
And I said, I'm going to tell you the difference between healthy people and toxic people. He would be like, you call yourself trying to coach to women or whatever. You can't teach to anybody. I said, honey, I'm going to go through everything in life, whether I got to go through the authorities, the school system, whatever, to let them know the scum of the earth that you have been towards me and those children. He thought he'll never get away with it. He thought he would get away with it. But I would wait till baby he would hit me. Oh, it's my way out. Because nobody wasn't hearing me. Nobody wasn't hearing that, okay, hey, I need some help. I'm ready to get out. Somebody open up the door for me and my kids. I'm a stay-home mom. Come on, open up the way for me. I had already called the police, trying to get this help. Y'all look, come on, somebody help me. Just get me and my kids out of here. It was nothing they can do because they're like, if he's not hitting you, which is kind of messed up when it comes to the law. In order for them to do something, you might well say got to punch you in your face or something. Pretty much slap you. You better have a mark somewhere.
Wow.
Which is messed up. And with that being said, I had to just wait. I said, well, he gonna sock me. And he socked me. Not only that, pulled the knife on me and said, swear that you never cheated. Took the butcher knife and he was like, you better swear. I'm like, dude, I never cheated. Is you the one doing it?
Right. And right there, that already tells me the fact that when he is not able to address his issues, that's the disconnect mentally right there. He needs to go and check in somewhere for some mental stability and some mental illness help, because all he's going to do is keep going through life like that, believing that he is a great person.
Right.
And what's going to happen is it's going to take him to the point of no return, where he's going to get himself to a position where he's going to get committed. And the simple fact that that's going to be the scary thing. And what he's not realizing is that there are kids, which are his children as well, involved. And when you have daughters, you really got to sit back. And I think a lot of fathers got to do that. They got to really sit back. And I think that's really when a lot of them grow up, when they're watching their daughters continue to get older. And they're like, you know, my daughter's going to be out here one day and she's going to want a good man. And I need to show her the example of a good man that treats a woman good, especially their mother. But other than that, some people just won't learn, and it's okay. But as long as you did, that's what's important. And I know we're running close out of time, because we're going to come back again. But I want you to at least tell people, where are you now? Where's your new path? Where has it led you?
You guys, I want to say, first of all, I want to say this really quick for all of the domestic violence survivors, for women who were blessed to get out, the Lord bless you to get out, even the women that are mentally going through this stuff and you don't have a way out. I want to let you know like this: wake up. I want to tell you to wake up, get out of la-la land, get out of making love land, and start paying attention to what comes in the house and what's going out the house.
Exactly.
Literally, what is going on if you get the fighting with your husband or there's an altercation, what's going to happen is they're not going to make the man leave the house. Why do they do that? That's what I'm trying to fight for now, as in fight for other women. I'm good. The Lord opened up the door where he's legally bound. He can't never come back to this house again. That's just, and he have court dates with the state of Tennessee. So it's state Tennessee versus his name.
Right.
There for me. He put himself in that. And then he did that stuff in front of the school system. On the camera, doing this mess. Hollering out, messing with the kids. It's not looking good for him at all.
Wow.
But what I wanted to tell women is, when you get ready to buy a house with your husband or your man, first of all, can I just be real? Don't buy no house with no man that ain't your husband. Don't do that. Because, baby, you got to have the deed to that. Don't buy no apartment with him. Don't buy nothing. Invest in yourself and your children. Exactly. If he your husband, I promise he gonna come already ready. If he your husband, baby, he gonna already have. He gonna and don't go behind no woman. If he said, well, you know what, my wife just left. Oh no, I'm not gonna live in no house with your wife. Your wife gone. You under buy a whole nother house, brother. We're not doing that one. I'm not gonna come back where she lay her head. That's what you call soul ties. I'm not doing it. But what I wanted to just let them know, make sure you get your deed. If you want to get a house with your husband, go with him. Go with him signing them. Go with him to see the house. Go make sure you see the real estate agent.
Exactly. The underwriter. Get all that information. I need to be at the closing. Everything. I need a key. Yes. One of those two. Thanks. Is one of those my rings? Key rings. I appreciate you. Yes, because I'm in this as well. Because I swear to God, if we leave, y'all gonna have to come and chop this thing in half with a whole bulldozer or something, and this will be my half of the house, and that's your half.
Exactly. And not only that, make sure you get the registration for the cars that you guys own.
Exactly.
Because when it get bad, if it ever get bad, they're going straight for the woman. Tell the woman, well, I'm not telling you to leave, but ma'am, you know, do you really stay here? They don't care if you're married or not. Right. They don't care. They're gonna ask the woman and the kids to leave.
Yes. Yes.
They're not gonna try to throw it on you, but they're gonna say, well, can one of y'all go? I said, I'm not going anywhere. I have been leaving. He needs to leave.
Right.
They start looking at it. Every time I had to get smart. When I came back, sis, it was like, oh, baby, here's my deed. This is my home as well as it's his. That's well, Mr. Gray, well, since you hit her, you got to leave. See, I had to get smart.
Right. Be smart. Yes, ladies. Be smart.
I had to get out that woman's, You know it's no, baby. When you get married, you better click on. When
Right.
after it's over, it's gonna get real.
Laporcia, before we go, because we got like 10 seconds, drop your handles real quick for them so they can follow you on Facebook or Instagram.
Okay, well, I'm not Laporcia HollyWood anymore, but
okay.
What I want, this is a secret I want to say. I went ahead and since in the midst of making my book, I went ahead and because I wanted to help women so bad with toxic relationships, I went ahead and started a podcast series. And it is now on Spotify.
Nice, yes, sis, yes.
So it's called Luxury Mindset now of everything. The old page, don't go on that old page was high class beauty. Don't leave that alone. Everything should be luxury mindset. Now on YouTube, I'm still high class beauty. If you want some beauty tips, you can go on that. But anything Facebook that's got something to do with high class beauty, Laporcia HollyWood, no, is out.
Okay.
So yeah.
So the handle for Instagram, you want them to follow you where?
Yeah, Instagram is the luxury mindset. Follow me there. And then on Instagram is high class beauty too. You can high value Barbie. It's on Instagram. Okay. And so with that, then I got a Snapchat, y'all. I went on and did Snap because they want to hear that sex divorce these.
Okay.
That's luxury mindset, which is total just the podcast stuff like that. But that's pretty much it. Everything is just that's what I got to tell you guys.
Awesome. I'm so excited. Thank you for taking this time to come on again. My K Rene show live version with StreamYard. We're here on YouTube again. We're gonna have to do this again because we got to get into again everything with this podcast, sis, and this new project. And I love it. I love the fact that you're able to speak your truth. Let it be known as far as speaking up for some women who are listening. Some people who needed to hear this message and to be able to kind of get an idea of some strength and be able to grow themselves up out of a situation that they feel stuck in. So I thank you for coming on. For those of you who tuned in, thank you again. This episode is live tonight. It will be here on my YouTube channel, K Rene Show. And again, you can watch it later. If you want to follow me, please do so at K Rene Show on IG, as well as K Rene Show on Facebook. You can hit me up on the email if you want to be a part of the show, KReneShow@gmail.com. That's KRENE show@gmail.com. Follow me. I'm on all streaming platforms. Listen to my explicit podcast because I say all the shit you're afraid to say. So we're going to thank you. I love you, girl. Thank you again. I need you to get up in here and come visit me in Maryland. Okay, we got you. We ready for you.
I'm ready.
But I will again talk to you soon. Much love, peace, and blessings to you. And for everybody else that tuned in tonight, thank you. Have a great night, and we will see you again later. Bye.
Bye-bye.